Hello and welcome to The Box Seat. I'm Scott Embry, previewing racing out of Ascot for Saturday, the 17th of October 2020. Rail at the 5 metre position, track a good 4, expecting 26 degrees, sunny conditions, absolutely perfect racing for Northerly Stakes Day. We roll straight into race number 1, the Oktoberfest Handicap. Just like Wednesday, we start the races with the stayers. This version is over 2,200 metres, and we're going to watch the heartbreaking narrow defeat last start of number 2 in Without Reason.
On the outside of Abel Dane, joined it quickly. They raced about 3-4 in front, followed by Jean Biao, the tiring schooling. Now on the inside, American Soul, followed further back, Secret Pearl. Turner draws the whip now on the top weight, and Without Reason hits the front. Here comes Jean Biao, though, at the 200. Jean Biao, Secret Pearl running on to claim Without Reason. Without Reason digging in. On the outside is Jean Biao. Without Reason, Jean Biao. Without Reason finding Jean Biao diving. Got there, Jean Biao. Jean Biao.
Without Reason did absolutely everything but win that race. He sat just off the pace set by Abel Dane. They went almost 11 lengths faster than average at Northam. He was nubbed on the post. Really heartbreaking stuff for those like me who were aboard Without Reason that day by the lightly raced Jean Biao, who's in this race as well. But I thought the effort of Without Reason was excellent. He should get across from the wide gate. Geordie Turner riding well. Colin Webster's yard has been on fire for months now, and hopefully Without Reason, with a little bit of weight relief here, can get the job done and punt us off to a flyer in race number 1. I'm going with 2, Without Reason. From number 4, an Aragain, who went to the Northern Ladies' Day Cup and just did a little bit too much work. I think from gate number 1, Kira Yule should sit in the box seat and get every chance. 10 next best in Amarissa, who's always dangerous from 3 back the fence. Short, sharp turn of foot, and Brad Graham opened the wallet with bow count on Wednesday and might roll some of that cash into Amarissa on Saturday. And then I went to number 3 next best, the lightly weighted Sugarcane. My numbers in race 1, 2, 4, 10 and 3. Race number 2 at Ascot is the West Speed Platinum Series Heat number 1. It's over 1,200 metres, and let's watch the first up win of number 3 in Time to Sizzle.
Black Dynamite Shackleton is back last as a corner. Dear Delarazza hit the front just over on the inside. Arctic Blue, Mia Dolce the inside, and then came She's Vital putting in. Night Voyage trying to weave clear. Time to Sizzle's coming down the outside. Still Dear Delarazza in front. Here's Time to Sizzle now, and then came Night Voyage late. Dear Delarazza grabbed by Time to Sizzle. Time to Sizzle sizzled to the front, and Time to Sizzle raced away to beat.
Well, that was something very new for Time to Sizzle because she won from off the speed. Most of her wins, and what we know her as, is a 1,000-metre speedster who jumps and runs and paddles in the last 50. But she copped a big bump there out of the gates. She settled back in the field, and I thought she showed a bit of versatility and definitely something new. It's another bow that she's going to add, and I think here, another string to her bow obviously, but I think here 1,200 metres probably just going to be on the long side for her, first time past 1,100. She's also got 59 kilos and she's not a very big horse. So I'm just thinking she might be a touch on the vulnerable side. So I've tipped with the second favourite here in number 2, Rewrite the Stars. Darren McAuliffe's yard's on fire this season. 50% top 2 strike rate since the 1st of August. It's incredible. And I think Rewrite the Stars here is well placed to score first up. So I'm going 2 on top from 3 Time to Sizzle, who will be hard to run down if she leads. Number 4 in Indian Chant coming back from Kalgoorlie to Perth, where he was victorious last campaign. And then number 1, first resuming, I'm Pretty. This first up run probably going to need it. My numbers in race number 2, 2, 3, 4 and 1. Race number 3 at Ascot is the Morley Growers Markets Handicap. And this is probably one of the best races on the card. There's some high quality 3-year-olds here, and the replay we're going to watch was the emphatic debut win of Secret Plan. Make sure you watch the cerise and white down the outside because it is so impressive.
Plan. Further back, Celebrity Witness, and towards the tail is playing up. It's Convention, though, that kicks away a length and a half to 2 in front of Strathmore Rose. Now Divine Pair called upon, runs on very strongly, and Secret Plan is opening up with a barnstorming run right down the outside. Divine Pair reaches the lead. Oh, look at Secret Plan, though. Boy, oh boy, I think they've unearthed one here. Secret Plan pricked it. He is up from last, thank you, and stormed.
The Secret Plan there came from last on debut, soft 6,000 metre race, steaming down the outside. It was sensational. given that type of let-up from Grant and Alana Williams' yard that we see with all Bob and Sandra Peters horses. Mystical View, Magical Dream, Real Grace, and now this one, Secret Plan. They win on debut, they're put away for about 6 or 7 weeks, they're brought back to the races after a freshen up. 1200 metres, probably going to settle almost last, does make him somewhat vulnerable, but how could you not be tipping into this horse with what he was able to do on debut? I'm putting him on top, number 6 in Secret Plan. From number 9 in Friday Night, this horse broke 33 seconds his final 600. I can't think of many horses off the top of my head that have done that in the last few years. We saw it recently with a horse from Misty Baisley's yard, but boy oh boy, this was something special. I think that these two are going to be a mouth-watering clash. I'm going 6 from 9. 1 Sassy Trader, who couldn't have been more impressive at the trials, and 4 in First Law, who's probably on the Guineas campaign. Can't wait for this 3-year-old race. My numbers are 6, 9, 1 and 4. Race number 4 at Ascot is the Amelia Park Handicap. It's over a mile. We're going to see Notorious One go around after being scratched last Saturday, scratched on Wednesday, and he should finally get to the races on this Saturday, the 17th of October. But I'm going to have a look in replay of the Northern Ladies' Day Cup. It's the Adam Durant trained pair who are fighting it out, but focusing in on Kelly's Callisto, who ran second.
His Jewels to the outside. Arnie's Boy is tracking him up as well. And then came Zip Your Lips and Vintage Stock back in the centre. Racing inside the 300. Kelly's Callisto trying to beat off Deception Game. It did beat off Aragain. In the meantime, joining in is Vintage Stock with a run. And down the outside is Arnie's Boy, Deception Game and Kelly's Callisto have come together. Kelly's Callisto, Deception Game. The big grey Deception Game is doing the better work, and Deception Game lopes his way to victory.
Well, Deception Game got the better of Kelly's Callisto there in the fight to the finish. Maddie Derrick was on Kelly's Callisto, Joey has a party on Deception Game. The senior rider, Chris Parnham, picks up the ride on Kelly's Callisto on the weekend. I think in a race that doesn't have a lot of top-end tempo, he can cross to the front at a mile, get a breather mid-race, and then get them rolling from about the 600. I think if there is a horse that's going to beat Notorious One here, it probably is Kelly's Callisto leading. So I'm going to roll the dice here and go for the upset. Third up into the campaign, building quickly. Number 1 for me, Kelly's Callisto. Well, clearly Notorious One's going to be hard to beat. He's probably going to jump in the red. It's his first time to Ascot. They make a minor gear change to him to try and keep him going straight. And he is an excitement machine, there's no doubt about that. I went to number 4, British Bessie, who was really good first up last campaign if you go back and watch that run. And number 2 in Deception Game, who's always ever consistent. But my numbers in race number 4, 1, 8, 4 and 2. Race number 5 at Ascot is the Glenroy Chaff Handicap. This is a race over 1400 metres. We're going to watch the Cerise and White winning at Kalgoorlie. This is Special Choice's last start.
Concrete Madame turned first at the 300, snuck 2 clear from Taj Marley Blooms. Further back, Special Choice with a tendency to lay in. Then over on the inside, Prince of Promises. Concrete Madame still the leader. Here comes Blooms trying to wedge the margin back on it. Over on the inside, it's still in front. Special Choice is coming now. Here's Special Choice coming out after the leader.
Clint Johnson Porter was able to give Special Choice every single opportunity last start. I do wonder where Lactar Rumley gets to from the gate, so I thought maybe we could tip around this horse. I'm going to go with the one that Clint Johnson Porter's elected to ride, also from the Adam Durant yard, and that's down the bottom with Indigo Blue. A lightly raced 3-year-old filly taking on the older horses. I thought she actually got through her gears well late at Kalgoorlie. She gets to 1400, she maps to sit 1 out, 1 back, and I thought here this 3-year-old could be going through the grades. So I'm going to tip Adam Durant and Clint Johnson Porter as one of the better bets as well, Indigo Blue. I then went down to the other 3-year-old filly taking on the older horses, your likely leader in Precautionary, who broke her maiden last start in pretty good time and in really good fashion. I then went to number 1, Special Choice, who's clearly going to need a little bit of luck from the draw. And then down to number 9, Next Best in Bolshoi Gal. Scratched from a winnable race on Wednesday to go to the Saturday, and Chris Parnham should give her every opportunity from a perfect alley. My numbers in race number 5, 10, 11, 1 and 9. Race number 6 at Ascot is the Crown Towers Handicap over the 1,000 metres. Condor Heroes set to light up the track at Ascot on Saturday. Let's have a look at what he did last time he was here at Ascot.
War secrets, but Condor Heroes in full flight. The Condor at the 250, led by 5 or 6 Amelia's on fire. Stable Secret, Mankind down near the inside. He's got the Shillelagh up with 100 to go on Condor Heroes, but it is home and hosed, and this has been a brilliant exhibition over the short course. Condor Heroes 2 for 2 in the west from Stable Secret, Mankind.
Well, that was Condor Heroes in a 66 plus earlier this year at Ascot, where he was sent straight to the front by Sean McGruddy and they never saw him again. He won by 5 lengths that day, he smashed the clock, and if he could reproduce a run like that, he would be awfully hard to run down. I am, however, going to tip with Battle Storm, who returns to Western Australia after only the one outing at Caulfield. He was a very, very impressive horse shooting through the grades a couple of seasons ago. Has his first outing at Ascot, he's first up no trial, but he looks here to get a really nice map to get a smother in behind them. And if Condor Heroes does come back to them in the home straight, I think he'll be climbing over the top. So I'm going to go with number 3 here in Battle Storm. From 2 Condor Heroes, put it plain and simply, if he runs anywhere near 57.32, they will struggle to catch him. That's just a fact. Number 1 in Chick's Pick, who probably is going to be chasing 3 back the fence, much like Jericho Missile later on in the Crawford, but has a good turn of foot, this horse, and a really good fresh card. I then went to number 10, the ever-consistent State Attorney. Doesn't win out of turn, but does run a lot of placings. My numbers in race 6, 3, 2, 1 and 10. Race number 7 at Ascot is the first of the features. It's a listed 1,000-metre race, the Furphy RS Crawford Stakes, and we're going to have a look at this favourite and what he was able to do last start, and that's Indian Pacific when he absolutely blew them to pieces.
On the inside then, Fire and Rain straightens up third, followed by Badge of Courage and Night Voyage, but he's nursing Indian Pacific down past the 250, and it snuck nicely clear. Indian Pacific by 3, Badge of Courage, Tranquilla Sunrise, then Night Voyage, but Indian Pacific inside the last 100 is going to canter home. He didn't have to turn the reins on him, and Indian Pacific won as he pleased by 5, Badge of Courage.
Well, once Brad Parnham said go on Indian Pacific, he accelerated really nicely. They never looked like catching him. He does come up against clearly the most credentialed opposition he's ever seen, but he probably does nearly deserve favouritism because he is so progressive. He gets in at set weights and penalties conditions here. I think he is hard to beat, but I'm going to go with a proven horse here, one that's got the runs on the board, unlike Indian Pacific in this quality. I'm going with the horse who did last year win the Miss Andretti Stakes, and that's Valor Road here, resuming for Simon Miller and Chrissy Parnham. From the gate, I can just see him stalking the speed, 1 out, 1 back, or 1 out, 2 back. And when Mervyn hopefully holds out Indian Pacific, it might just see him vulnerable late, and we might get one to get over the top. So I'm going to go, and it should almost be each way, with number 2 in Valor Road. From number 10, Indian Pacific, he's been recording some sensational sections, some incredible ratings as he charges through the grades. Number 4 in Jericho Missile, who's going to be chasing, but he does seem to like that over the 1,000 metres. And then 5, STAGEMAN. How could you not have him top 4 after his barnstorming win in the Blackheart Bart Stakes? My numbers in the first of the features, the Crawford, I'm going 2, 10, 4 and 5. Race number 8 is the feature. This is the Crown Perth Northerly Stakes at Group 3 level over 1,400 metres. We're going to go back almost a month ago now and watch Massimo win the Farnley.
The hyphenator makes his move with Big Massimo, and Massimo quickly dispensed with Great Shot. He drew a length on him quickly from Darty, Harry Thomas, and back behind them struggling Snow Chino. He draws the Shillelagh now on Massimo, and Massimo extends, passing the 100. Massimo clear from Darty, Great Shot. It's Massimo coming away from them, and another one here for Johnston Porter. Massimo goes on to win the Farnley from Darty.
Well, that was only a small select field of 5. Massimo went round as a prohibitive $1.40 favourite. And he didn't let punters down. He absolutely waltzed in. It was really good time, and then he went around as a short price favourite in the Hannon's Handicap. He was scratched on race day, a late scratching with lameness. So he comes into this almost a month between runs. He draws a gate to box seat in behind the top tempo here, and we're expecting with the likes of Great Shot, Vital, Silver and Money Matters engaged that they're really going to fly here. And I can just see Clint Johnson Porter getting the run of the race in behind them. Again, like Valor Road, it should be each way. So I'm going to go with Massimo here to score yet another feature victory. I'm going with number 6 in Massimo in the Northerly Stakes. 1, Vital Silver, who we've been tipping into all campaign. He gets into another really winnable race, and I like the fact that Joey Azzopardi picks up the ride because he does tend to just get these horses through their gears at the 600. I went down to number 3 and Tell 'Em We're Coming, who who actually went around favourite in last year's Railway Stakes. He's trialled really well, and Lucy Warwick should get a suck run 3 back the fence. Then down to number 16 in Great Shot, who ran a placing in this race last year with 59.5 kilos and now drops right down to 55. The former Railway Stakes winner, he has to be some sort of silly chance. My numbers in the Northerly Stakes: 6, 1, 3 and 16. Race number 9 is the C Corp handicap over 1,400 metres, and the horse we're going to look at in replay is Moshard, flashing late to run 4th in the traditional annual Hannon's handicap.
Western Temple, homeward bound though. Money Matters boots a length and a half to 2, clear of Darty, under pressure now. Then Roger the Roman winding up. Pims Royale trying to thread his way through, but Money Matters races clear past the 100. He's got a margin on the Money Matters. The Hannons is all over. This favourite's pulling away, and Durant wins. The Hannons for the 4th.
Well, that was Moshard, flashing late to run 4th, but almost second there in the Hannon's handicap behind Money Matters. If he did finish second, he's probably staring down the barrel at 5 or 6 handicap ratings points, and that would have meant that he couldn't get into a race like this. So I think he's lucky to get in, and I think he's lucky to actually only have the 58 kilos that he has to carry. Mitch Pateman, with a little bit of luck, will see daylight late and watch for Moshard flashing. I'm hoping he is the way home in the Get Out Stakes. Number 2 for me, Moshard. Number 3, Position of Power, goes better for Paul Harvey than anybody else. So the fact that he returns to the saddle is huge, and we saw the Pontiff Salute 7 days ago in the last with Dom to shoot. I then went to number 1, Mystery Miss, who will get back and run on late. It's her first outing for Adam Durant, and he makes a couple of gear changes. And then I went to 7, Strike Force, who's hit a little bit of form finally. My numbers in race number 9, 2, 3, 1 and 7. Best bets time for Ascot on Saturday, the 17th of October. I'm going race 4, number 1, Kelly's Callisto, to upset the Hot Pot in Notorious One. And then I went to race 5, number 10, the lightly weighted filly, Indigo Blue. Good luck on Saturday if you are having a bet. Make sure if you are, you get out here to Ascot and put it on, because you get to see the horses live on Northerly Stakes Day. Oktoberfest coming up. Follow Perth Racing's social media for all the information. Get onto the website, buy your tickets now.